Have you ever felt minutes stretch like hours and hours vanish like seconds? What if time isn't a river that carries us, but a mirror that we carry within? We plan, we hurry, we measure. Calendars, alarms, deadlines, tools meant to help us. Yet somehow they begin to own us. So let's ask a dangerous question. What if time is not a thing outside us, but a story inside us? If that's true, then changing the story changes our life. Think of childhood. Summer days felt endless. A single afternoon could hold a lifetime of discovery. But as we grow older, weeks blur into months. Why? Because novelty fades and routine accelerates our sense of time. When the brain meets something new, it pays attention, and attention stretches experience. When everything looks the same, our mind compresses it, like files in a folder labeled "just another day." So maybe time does not speed up with age. Maybe we speed up, and our awareness forgets to look. Imagine a clock on the wall. Its hands move, yes. But what makes those movements meaningful is the story you attach to them. I'm late. I don't have enough. I'm running out. What if the hands never chased you? What if you were the one chasing them? Consider dreams. A dream can feel like an entire journey, yet the alarm rings and only minutes have passed. In deep grief, seconds are heavy stones. In deep love, hours are feathers. Which one is the real time? The philosopher Augustine once admitted, "If no one asks me what time is, I know. If I wish to explain it to one that asketh, I know not." Perhaps that is because time is not a thing to be explained, but an intimacy to be felt. Still, there is a physical world. Physicists tell us that the laws of nature don't prefer past or future. Einstein called the distinction between them a stubborn illusion. If space can bend, why not our sense of time? Look at memory. We think the past is fixed, yet each time we remember, we rewrite it, subtly changing tone, color, emphasis. Memory is not a museum, it is a living studio. And look at anticipation. We live in tomorrows that haven't happened. We suffer events that exist only as rehearsals in the mind. The future becomes a ghost we serve. So where are we really? Right here, right now. The only place life ever happens. The only point where the story can be edited. Let's try a small experiment. For the next 3 breaths, notice each inhale as if it were the first you've ever taken. Notice the weight of your body, the sounds around you, the subtle presence of this exact moment. Did you feel it? Time loosened its grip. Not because the world changed, but because your attention did. Here is a metaphor. Imagine you are holding an hourglass. When you stare anxiously at the falling sand, each grain feels like a loss. But if you lift your eyes and notice the whole sky behind it, the hourglass becomes a reminder, not a threat. It says, what you touch with presence expands. Presence is not slowness. Presence is fullness. When you are present, a minute is enough. When you are absent, a year is not. So how do we live in time without being trapped by it? 3 gentle practices. 1. Ritualize the ordinary. Drink water like it matters. Tie your shoes as if greeting an old friend. When you give meaning to small moments, they give meaning back, and time stretches. 2. Make space for novelty. Walk a different street. Read a page from a book you wouldn't usually touch. Learn the name of a plant outside your door. Novelty wakes attention. Attention reshapes time. 3. Release the race. Ask yourself, what am I actually rushing toward? If the answer is to finish, remember, finishing is not the same as living. Being here is the only finish line that keeps moving with you. There is another layer, forgiveness. We punish ourselves for a past we cannot edit and worry about a future we cannot own. What if you forgave the clock? What if you forgave yourself for not being everywhere, for everyone, all at once? Forgiveness returns you to now, the only time mercy can exist. When people say life is short, I don't disagree. But I also know this: a single present moment can be vast. It can hold an entire sunrise, a lifetime of gratitude, a decision that changes everything. Maybe the purpose of time is not to limit us, but to invite us, again and again, into the miracle of attention. So if the past knocks, listen kindly, then let it rest. If the future calls, smile and say, I'll meet you when you become now. And if in this very moment you feel the old urgency rising, the fear of being late to your own life, place a hand on your heart and remember, you cannot be late to a life that is happening right now. Time may be a story we tell, but presence is the author. Tell it with wonder. Tell it with mercy. Tell it with the rhythm of your own breath. Because in the end, you will not remember how fast you moved. You will remember how deeply you lived. And that depth, that quiet, luminous depth, is available in this moment and every moment after.